Sometimes in order to feel bigger than we've ever felt, to grow into our potential, we have to feel small and insignificant. And what do I mean by this? Because in many ways it sounds counterintuitive. No one wants to feel less than. No one wants to feel insignificant. But it's in positioning ourselves to feel that we understand the walls we place around ourselves. We understand how big life is and us while we're here on planet Earth, walking around, navigating our day-to-day lives. We are but raindrops in a thunderstorm. We are a snap. And I think understanding that we are a pawn on the chessboard of life, we are a cog in a wheel, it allows us to take some of that pressure off and free ourselves up to be our beautiful, authentic, powerful selves. Life is a game. It's an opportunity. It's abundance. Yet we default to, well, I don't want to screw up. I don't want to lose what I have. I don't want to make mistakes. And that's the wrong way to look at life. The other day I was at the Grand Canyon, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with it, but for those who aren't, it's one of the most beautiful, magnificent, almost hard to comprehend, just incredible landscapes I've ever seen. It goes on forever. It's breathtaking. It's almost like as you're standing on the edge of that cliff looking out at forever, at infinity, you realize how small the corner of life you live in is compared to this. You realize how big and grandiose the world is, and by the way, the Grand Canyon is just a small part of it. Yet, we are often confined to four walls. It just makes you realize how small we tend to think, how we box ourselves in, how we limit our potential just by stepping out and looking at the sheer magnitude of this landscape. Which, by the way, would swallow you up and continue moving on as if nothing happened. It screams of your insignificance. Now again, you might think, well, that's negative. I don't want to feel insignificant. No, insignificance in its own unique way is freedom. It's freedom to make the move. It's freedom to try things. It's freedom to take those steps you've always wanted to take, because why not? Because at the end of the day, the clock is going to run out. There's no escaping that. Right? The phrase goes, the thing about life is no one makes it out alive. And when you think of yourself as sort of high and mighty or avoiding the wrong things, trying not to break things, you miss out. The beauty of being a raindrop in a thunderstorm is there's flexibility, there's freedom. No one's looking at you, no one's pointing and waiting for you to mess up. These are things that we create in our own minds about ourselves. These are stories and narratives we write about why we shouldn't. But when you're on the ledge or the edge of that cliff looking out, you realize maybe things don't matter that much. And maybe that is a beautiful thing. Because maybe that's your reason to try the craft, start the journey, make the call. Maybe that's your rationale for looking around and going, I've been standing here too long. I've built walls around myself. I've confined myself to a world that is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of what's out there. We are small. And the only mistake you can make is to not go and not try. That trip was incredible for me. I want to say it was life-changing because it was a reset in a way. It was you're taking yourself too seriously. You're holding on to what is instead of opening your wings and attacking what can be. Don't ask why, ask why not. The universe is infinite, and we're lucky enough in this moment to play a very small part. As is said in the Dead Poets Society, you know, we get to write a verse in the great play of life. So stop thinking about ourselves, or we should stop thinking about ourselves as self-important, and instead cherish the freedom and the opportunity. Because we'll be gone in the blink of an eye, and that Grand Canyon will still be there. The sun will still rise. The stars will still be out there in the night sky. The question is, will we capture that moment? Will we do something beautiful with it? You can, you're able to, but will you? That's the question I have for you today.